number which can be 0 or positive with a number which is a positive, then their sum will be always give you the positive number. And the third condition is saying that when x is from 0 to 1, that means x should be greater than 0 and x should be less than 0. That means if I am multiplying a number with a value which is in the range of 0 to 1, the output will be lesser than the given number. Hello everyone, so let's start the another question. So what is given here, guys? Mod x is less than 1 and y is greater than 0. So these are the two given things, and the quantity A is given, guys, mod x plus y, and the quantity B is x into y. So we are going to follow the same pedagogy which we have discussed for the QC questions. So in between I have written all the four options A, B, C, D. All the four options I have written here. So before, guys, we solve this question, let me make you understand, quickly revise one concept we have already learnt and I have already discussed in my previous videos. Still, I'm repeating that. Concept is what, guys? If mod x is less than a, let's say this is, a is some value. So, guys, x will be always between minus a to a. If it is equal to, then you have to write the equal to only. On the other side, if mod x is greater than a, right, then the x value should be greater than a, or x value should be less than minus a. So these are the two concepts, very important. So let me take the example. If I am say that mod x is less than 2, so if I have to find out the x value, range of the x value, then it will be minus 2 to 2. Similarly, if it is given mod x is greater than 2, if I have to find the range of the x, then x value will be greater than 2 or x will be less than minus 2. So guys, this concept is very useful, and you have to use this concept in many of the questions. So let's use this concept to solve this question. So what is given in the question, guys? Mod x is less than 1. So if mod x is less than 1 is given, so we can use our concept which we have just learned, that if mod x is less than a, then the a x value will be from minus a to a. So here it is given that mod x is less than 1. So we can say that x will be between minus 1 to 1. So we got the range here. Fine. And another thing is given, y is greater than 0. So this is I am also writing. So guys, if mod x, if x value is from minus 1 to 1, so let me draw one number line quickly here. So 0 is here, let's say, and minus 1 is I am writing here, and 1 is writing here. So x range is from here to here. Fine. So what are the possible, I am dividing this entire range of x from minus 1 to 1 in three parts, right? First part is what? From here to here, excluding 0. Another is including 0, second part. Third part is excluding 0 and including, from 0 to 1. So let me write first part. First part of x is representing all the values of the x which are greater than minus 1 and less than 0. This is second part. Second part is representing what? Sorry, x is 0. गाइज आज मेरी थोड़ी सी तबीयत डाउन है, बुखार आया हुआ है, सो कर वॉइस थोड़ा सा इशू हो रहा है, तो प्लीज़ कंसिडर दिस, ठीक है ना. ओके, थर्ड पार्ट इज दिस वन. So third part is representing what this? When x is greater than 0 and less than 1. So these are the three parts we are going to use this one. Now guys, come to this question. Quantity A, let me reread this part. Quantity A is mod x plus y and the quantity B is x into y. Please keep in mind that y is greater than 0, that means y is a positive number. I am writing it here. Y is a positive number. Fine. Now guys, we know that mod x, we know that the definition of the mod x is what again? Mod x value will be always greater than or equal to 0. It is not possible that it is a negative number, and it is also given that y is positive number. So if try to understand, if I am adding, try to understand it, right? If I am adding a number which can be 0 or positive with a number which is a positive, then their sum will be always give you the positive number, right? So we can conclude that left hand side is always positive. Now come to the right hand side, right? Right hand side you cannot interpret, because y is definitely a positive number, because we don't know the nature of the x. Sometimes it is positive, sometimes it is negative, right? Or sometimes it is 0. So we cannot conclude that the nature of the quantity B. Fine. So because guys, when we have multiplied two quantities, the nature of the output will be depending upon both the nature of both the variables, right? Here we know the nature of the y, which is positive, but we don't know the nature of the x. So we will check this, guys. So let's say guys, first part I am taking when the x value is from -1 to 0. So if x value is from -1 to 0, that means x is a negative number. So I am saying that first part I am considering when x is a negative number. Please please understand it carefully. X is a negative number. If x is a negative number, guys, we know that right hand side y is already a positive number, x is a negative number. So that means you are multiplying a negative number with a positive number. So output will be definitely negative. And we know that left hand side is always a positive number. So left hand side is always greater than right hand side. So as quantity A is greater than quantity B, so you can eliminate option number C, option number B and option number C quickly. Now check for the next case. When x is the second part I am checking now. When x is equal to 0. If x is equal to 0, then guys we just check on the right hand side as well. Mod x will be, if I am putting x equal to 0, mod 0 will be 0 and y is a positive number. So if I am adding 0 with a positive number, then the left hand side will be always positive. It is not affecting here. Now come to the right hand side. Now we know that y is a positive number, but x value is how much? 0. So if I am multiplying 0 with a positive number, then the output will be 0, because if I am multiplying a 0 with any number, whether positive or negative, the output will be always 0. So you can see that for x equal to 0, left hand side is a positive number and the right hand side is 0. So we know that positive number is always greater than 0. So again we are getting left hand side or quantity A is greater than quantity B. So it is not helping me because we are not able to eliminate any of the option from A to A and D. So no need of, it is not benefiting, it is not giving any benefit to us. So let me remove this one quickly so that I get some space for the next part. Now check for the next part. When x value is from 0 to 1, that means this part, this portion, right? Here you can see that the nature of the x will be how much? Positive. When x is from 0 to 1, the x will be positive. So check here, x is positive and y is also positive. And we know that positive into positive will be positive. And the left hand side is, already we have checked that it is positive. So I am comparing a positive number which is quantity A with a positive number which is the quantity B. Now guys, we are not able to find out the direct relation, because if I am comparing the two positive number, if I am not giving you any information that which two positive numbers you are comparing, how you can say that then this one is greater or this one is greater or both are equal? You cannot say that, no, until unless I am giving you the values or some or some information so that you can conclude, right? Okay. Now to check that which one is bigger, guys, when the left hand side is also positive, right hand side is also positive, let me know. Let's discuss it further and understand it, how we can figure it out. Now guys, this third condition, we were checking the third condition, then we got that both are positive. and the third condition is saying that when x is from 0 to 1, that means x should be greater than 0 and x should be less than 0. So guys, we can easily see here that x is a fractional or decimal value, which value cannot be greater than 1 and cannot be lesser than 0. So guys, I am taking any value, let's say 0.4. Let's say, I am randomly taking any value between these two range. And y value, whatever you want to take it, guys. Let's say I am taking 5. Fine. Now check the left hand side. How much you are getting, guys? Mod x. That means mod 0.4 plus y. That is 5. So mod 0.4 is 0.4 plus 5. That is 5.4. Right. Now on the right hand side, x into y. So x value is coming how much, guys? 0.4 multiply with y is how much? 5. So it is coming how much? 2. So what I am going to tell you, just compare, what you have to compare is that try to understand. Here if I am comparing these two things, what are the common thing you can see that, guys? Common thing is y. Right? On the left hand side you are adding some value, as x is a positive number because from 0 to 1. So I can replace mod x with the x, no issue, guys, because we know that if input is positive, then mod x value will be x. So what I am doing here, guys, I am multiplying here on the right hand side, I am multiplying x with the y, whereas on the left hand side I am adding x with the y. The only thing you have to understand is there, as x value is from 0 to 1, then if I am multiplying any value with a given number, and that number, if I am multiplying x with a y, and x is any number, right? And let me repeat quickly. Let me reiterate this one. We are multiplying x with a y, and y can be any number, but x value is from 0 to 1. Then, guys, whatever with the output, it will be always smaller than y. That means if I am multiplying a number with a value which is in the range of 0 to 1, the output will be lesser than the given number, right? So that means if I am multiplying x with a y and the x value is from 0 to 1, the output will be lesser than y. Whereas if I am adding a value x, if the x is positive number, whatever it is the value, lesser, bigger, whatever the value, if I am adding to some value, given value, then it will make it larger. You can understand it from the given example. Here initially the y value is 5 and the x value is 0.4, which is from 0 to 1. Once I multiplied with the 5, the output is coming 2. So initially y was 5, now it has been decreased to 2. That means if I am multiplying x, which value is from 0 to 1, it is decreasing the y value. Whereas initially y value is 5 and the x value is 0.4. So if I am adding 0.4, the output is coming how much? 5.4, which is not much bigger than 5, but still the output is bigger than 5. So this is the conclusion, that if I am multiplying any value which is from 0 to 1 with another value, it will decrease the entire value. Whereas if I am adding that value, any positive value, we cannot say that from this range to this range, any positive value to some value, then it will increase its initial value. So from this conclusion we can say that this quantity A is definitely greater than quantity B. So my correct answer is option number A. I hope so that it is clear to all of you. Thank you.